Hello, Dr. Rathore.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
Jahan, madam.
Yes, sir.
Myself, Dr. G.R. Parmar, principal.
Thank you, sir. Nice to meet you.
Mr. Rathod is preparing Facebook Live,
Yes, sir.
and now it is okay. And hand over to Rathod, sir, and he will ask you to continue the session. Please wait for some time, madam. 1 minute,
Okay, sir.
not more than that. He's live on Facebook, so other participant can enjoy your lecture.
Jaswant sir, your audio is mute.
Okay, am I audible, sir?
Yes, now you are audible.
Welcome to our webinar, and I should not go with number now because it's continuous process, and we have invited number of people right from various fields. We have eminent people from, you can say, vice chancellor, pro vice chancellor, and former vice chancellor to, you can say, environmentalist. And we have also talked on addressed on heterogeneous subjects and areas. Right today we have also something novel, something new, and we have Dr. Apipa Jahan. She is a scientist in Hyderabad, and she will talk a new subject. And the subject is very, you can say, very amazing, debatable subject, right? Very interesting subject. And the subject is, you can say, nutrition. Without wasting time, I welcome you, Dr. Apipa Jahan, and from the Government Arts and Commerce College, Netrang, on behalf of the college, on behalf of my principal, on behalf of my team. I warmly welcome you. I warmly welcome all the participants, and let us tune, let us rock, and let you address the session. So please address your session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Afifa Jahan. Jaswant sir has already given my introduction. Today, we are going to talk about role of nutrition in every walk of life. Why every walk of life? Because nutrition starts before you walk in your life. That is from your mother's womb. As soon as you are conceived, when your mother knows you're conceived, from that time your nutrition is started. So it is every walk of life till you go till the grave. So nutrition is one part which is always with you. But you see these days many people talk, and for them nutrition is always eating fruits and vegetables, which is always not true. I have seen many people posting many things on Facebook, Instagram, giving live videos and all, saying that this is not good for health, that is good for health and all. But basically, who decides your nutrition? How can how can people judge what is good for you and what is good not good for you? So let us today just give a little look on role of nutrition in your every walk of life. Next slide. So what is diet? People keep talking about diet, diet, diet. You always hear diet. The word diet comes when you want something extra in your life, like when you want some muscles, when you want to lose your fat, or when you have some problem. But is it the right definition of your diet? Diet is something which you eat, and you eat it from your mother's womb. So diet consists of anything what you eat. It need not to be the specific items, but it is whatever you eat is your diet. Next slide. So any diet consists of two main concepts. What you eat and how much you eat. Important is what are you eating and how much you are eating, because what are you eating defines you. Like many times you talk like what you wear defines you, But for a nutritionist, I say what you eat defines you. How is your health depends upon what you are eating. How are you looking depends upon what are you eating. So what are you eating is again on the second aspect, how much you are eating. So when you're telling that I'm taking a good diet, that again comes to the second part, that how much you're eating that thing. So quantity and quality both are important in your diet. These are two main aspects. Next. There are many types of diets based on people's choice, I can say. Without even any masters or any doctorate and degree, they define diets. First they talk about low carb diets. Low carb diets means low carbohydrate diet. So let us go to first few diets which are basically very important and plays a major role in our life. What is low carbohydrate diet? It means you're not taking more of sugary foods, more of carbohydrate foods. So you all call it as a low carb diet. In this diet you take more of meat, fish, egg, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, and good fat. Not high fat, but a good fat. And what you don't take is your sugar, wheat, and some trans fats, which is giving you high energy. So here you are managing your carbohydrates. Again, the next type of diet is your Mediterranean diet. What is Mediterranean diet? Here, in this type of diet, you take poultry, weekly poultry you'll be taking moderate amounts of eggs, limited amount of red meat, the fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats are taken here. Mediterranean diet is based on people lives in Mediterranean countries like Italy and your European countries, where they take less amount of spices and less amount of salt, and they take more amount of your seafoods. So this kind of diet was there. What is the paleo diet? Paleo diet is usually known as, it has an ancient history of 1960s, where the hunters usually hunt whatever they get and they eat. So flesh they used to eat. So this diet comes from there. The whole amount of animal food, more amount of fish, meat, eggs, vegetables, fruit, nuts, whatever they used to get, they used to eat. So this kind, and they used to walk a lot from the one place to another place in jungles and all. So this kind of diet came from there, because their lifestyle of eating high amount of, yes, high amount of meat products and a good amount of physical activity has given them a good lifestyle, good amount of food they were taking, and good exposure to sunlight. This was like a healthy life for them. They were living for many years. So this kind of diet came from those ancient times. And what they avoided is processed food, sugars, soft drinks, dairy products, legumes, artificial sweeteners, vegetable oils like margarine, and even your other fats, sugars, soy, any processed soya oil or cotton oil, any processed products were avoided in this paleo diet. So in this diet, people who do this kind of diet, they take low amount of carbohydrate and high amount of animal product and zero amount of processed product. The next type of diet is vegan diet. Vegan diet is very common in our country because we have many vegetarians. Vegans diet, this type of diet people follow when they don't take any animal product like meat, dairy, poultry, seafood. But they can take fruits, vegetables, soya beans, legumes, nuts, and nut butters also, like your peanut butter and all everything what is vegetarian, the green marks, they all they consume everything except the non-veg items. Now there comes a special diets called as gluten-free diet or lactose-free diet or sugar-free diet. This is the kind of diets for the special kind of patients who has special needs, like gluten-free diet where they cannot digest this gluten. What is gluten? Glue means usually it is a flour. I mean atta. I request you all to mute so that it won't be disturbing us. gluten-free diet. So anything which has this glue, that means your flour, like your wheat flour, your barley flour, atta, basically atta. So they are non-tolerant to that. They get vomitings, diarrhea if they consume this gluten in their diet. So you have to mention clearly that this is gluten-free diet. Or lactose intolerance also. Some people cannot digest your milk products. So special need diets, these all are called as special need diets. But apart from all this, in this new 21st century, there are so many people talking about so many diets. That is Atkins diet, keto diet. Keto diet is gaining more popularities. Vegetarian diet or raw food diet, no sugar diet, zero carbohydrate diets. So there are so many diets on net everywhere, but this is confusing everybody, all the adolescent, all the age groups, like you take old age, middle age, because people are talking what not to eat. You should not eat this, you should not eat that. And always when their term come dietitian or a nutritionist, people are getting scared because the first thing comes in mind is they will say not to eat. But this is not what is a nutrition. Today my basic intention to talk about on nutrition is to tell you what you can eat, how much you can eat, and how you can enjoy your food. There is always a talk like when you go to a nutritionist, they will restrict you. But no, this kind of diets like Atkins diet is a high protein diet. And keto diet is again a kind of high protein, low carbohydrate diet. And weight loss diet, raw food diet, where you are avoiding all the processed product. No sugar diet, where you are avoiding all the sugary products, soft drinks, every sugar product. And zero carbohydrate diet, where you are not even taking carbohydrate. So these kind of diets are creating problem. In a long run, you have lot of problem, because when you take a high protein diet, irrespective of your physical activities, and anybody is telling like, you want a weight loss, go for a keto diet. So these things are creating a problem in for your health in the long run. So what is best to eat, what you can eat, how a layman, not only a nutritionist, but a layman, a professor, a student, or any farmer, they should know what to eat, because this is a big question mark in everybody's head. So I hope by the end of this session, you all will be clear what to eat, how much to eat, and how to eat. Let us proceed. First, as a nutritionist, I suggest to any normal person without any diseases to take a balanced diet. Next slide, please. What is a balanced diet? A diet which consists of all the food groups. It should have all the essential nutrients, vitamins, minerals, which is essential for your body. What are they? Now let us come to the point. Next slide. Your food, as a layman, you remember, your food should be like a pyramid. How should be that pyramid? Next slide, sir. Yes, this only. Your food should be like a pyramid. Pyramid means first lower part of your pyramid. If you can see this video, can I share the video here? Okay, I can use the board, right? It should be like a pyramid which consists of first your cereals and pulses should occupy major part in your body, because it should give you 60% of calories. And then comes to fruits and vegetables. Your second thing in your pyramid should be fruits and vegetables. And then it should be meat, milk products. The smaller part should be fats and oil, and the very less part should be sugars and jaggeries. Jaswant sir, can I use my camera?
That will not miss, because then I have to make you the host, and then you will lose this PP.
Okay, I was thinking of showing on the board. Fine, no problem. Just a pyramid, you draw a pyramid, and the lower part of your pyramid should be your cereals. The second part should be your fruits and vegetables, then coming to meat and milk, and then coming to the small part of fats and oils, and then the last should be sugars and jaggeries, which means your diet should consist of everything, right? I hope the doubt what to eat is clear. I'm not saying not to eat sugar, not to eat fat, because those are also essential part of your diet. Very much there is a talk that you should avoid fats and all, but there are good fats which helps us also. So we have to take fat in our diet. It's not like fats should be restricted. There are two types of fats, that is good fat and a bad fat. Good fat helps your body to bring the bad fat out. It lowers the cholesterol levels. So you have to take a good fat. What is good fat and good oil is again a question mark to you, right? So good fat you can take like your coconut oils. You can also take your olive oils. And one thing about oils, when we are talking about oils and fats, I want to tell that when you're taking any good fat, you must take it in a rotation manner. Like one month, if you're taking it coconut oil, using coconut oil at your home, then next month change it to some like rice oil, or change it to some peanut oil, or you must keep rotating your oils instead of taking the same oil for long period, because the same oil consumption is not good. So if you rotate your usage of oil for every month, then it is a healthy for you. And there are some kind of bad fat. What is your bad fat? All these trans fats are bad. What is trans fats now? The fats which are used in your bakery product, like your vanaspati and all, dalda which is coming in a brand, these all these all are having hydrogenated fat, so these are not good for health. But whereas this whatever I said, good oils are good for us, good fats, they help us to bring bad fat out and boost us also. So this kind of fats should be taken. And whereas your sugar should also be a part of your diet. 1 or 2 teaspoons a day in your tea is always good, not a bad. So only thing is you have to manage how much you eat. There is again a point. When I say you can consume your fats, when I say you can take your sugars, it should not be like in a bulk. It is usually a habit, like when you go to a dietitian, she say not to eat this, not to eat that. Why she say this? Because this is a human tendency. If we say you can take 1 teaspoon, we will take 1 katori of sweet. एक चमचा खा सकते हैं तो एक कटोरी खा लेते हैं. That's the problem. When she say a diabetic patient not to eat mango, he will definitely take 1 mango. So that is the tendency of human beings. When we say no, they will take one. When we suggest them 1 mango, they will take 2 3. So that will be a problem. The quantity will be a problem. So you should manage your diet. Your diet should always consist of limited things. Small limited quantities of anything is not harmful to you. When you take this fats, remember that 1 teaspoon of ghee, added a ghee, is not harmful unless you are doing 30 to 40 minutes of walking a day. This is good for you. But whereas you're consuming ghee every meal, that is 3 times, and not even doing any physical activities, your work style, your lifestyle is very sedentary, then this keep getting accumulated in your body. So that is the dangerous stage. So always your diet should remember that it should be based on your age, it should be based on your gender, it should be based on your body type. How is your body? That is other part, and your physical activity also. So remember the formula of AGBP, that is age, gender, body type, and physical activity. If you're doing more physical activity and taking 1 extra spoon of your ghee, it is not harmful. But when you are not working and not working at all, your work is on laptops, like laptops and in AC rooms, then this will get accumulated over a period of time. So this is not good for your health. How should be your meal? I said your meal should, your diet should be balanced. But how will you divide this balanced diet in your meals? Like we always take food in meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So how will you divide this pyramid will be the again question to you. So let me answer this. First, your breakfast. Always you have heard your grandparents saying this. Breakfast should be like a king. राजा की तरह breakfast खाना चाहिए. This is the one thing all your grandparents says, because this is the time where your glucose level is low and consumption of high calories this period will be burned out over a period, because from breakfast to lunch when you work, this food when you consume will be burned and used as a fuel in your body. So how should be your breakfast? So breakfast, as you all know, this helps in memory and all. The good amount of fat I'm telling you can take here, because it lowers your bad fat. And your diet should consist of 60 to 70% of cereals and pulses, and in this 60 to 70% of cereals and pulses, you can take 1/3 of part in your breakfast. 60% of cereals and pulses, that means if you, I'm suggesting you 3 bowls of your rice or 3 bowls of your wheat flour, you can take 1/3 in your breakfast. I hope this is clear. If somebody is telling you to take 3 paratas, you can take 1 paratha in your breakfast. I hope this is clear. 1/3 of your meal should be from your breakfast. Same for your fruits and vegetables, same for your milk and meat products. Less amount of sugar, that is 1 teaspoon. If it is suggested that is 5 grams, then it should be only 1 or 2 grams in your breakfast. Next, there comes your lunch. A basic rule, remember, any basic rule of starting your lunch is start your lunch with the salad. You are overweight, you're obese, or you're diabetic, you're cardiac, or you're normal patient, whatever the situation might be, start your lunch with salad. Salads are rich in fiber, which will help you digest your food, give you help your bowel movements, and many other functions of fibers are there. As you all know that fiber is one nutrient which is not giving you calories, but it is helping you to maintain your body weight, and even preventing you from diseases like cancers. So start a meal with a bowl of fruits or a bowl of salad. It should consist of 1/3 of your cereals and pulses, which was suggested. You can take your you can normally take 1 paratha, or you can take 1 bowl of rice also. You include your curd here. Usually South Indians has a good habit of taking curd rice at the end, which will help you in your digestion process and all. So taking all these products will help you. It helps your metabolism. So plan your breakfast, lunch, and dinner very carefully. That doesn't mean I'm telling you to take different things, like when you go to a nutritionist, you think they suggest so many things which you cannot afford or you cannot buy. But what is your regular diet? Just modify that. If you have a habit of making paratas in morning and you continue that in your lunch also, make sure you take that in your lunch, no problem. But give some kind of extra fittings, we say, in your car, like that. If you're taking 2 paratas in your breakfast, same paratha you will be taking in your lunch box, then make sure you add something else in that. Like, it should not be routine or bore, or it should not give you heavy calories also. So with that paratha, if you have taken morning some chutney, use some other chutney in the or other curry in the lunch. Or you have the habit of taking same curries morning and evening, then why don't you give a little extra tadka, different tadka of tadka, just change it, asafoetida tadka in your morning, and then no asafoetida or cumin and mustard seeds tadka in your lunch. So just change a variety. It need not to be like you have to buy or invest so much on your food products, or you have to make your time, so spend more time. No, just carry whatever you are carrying regularly, carry the same thing, but with a bowl of salads, with the bowls of fruits. That will help you. Next, dinner. Here comes your dinner. Usually we take 3 meals. So dinner also start at with a bowl of fruits and vegetables. Maximum of your plate should be with salad, and only very less amount of cereals, and very less amount of your if you're taking meat or meat products, take it 3 to 4 hours before you sleep, because it takes time to digest. So if you manage this kind, like if you're sleeping at 10 o'clock, take your dinner at 7, and your plate I have shown in the picture should be maximally 1/3 of your plate should be covered with fruits and vegetables only. Maximum should be your salads only. This kind of meals you can take. But whereas there is one problem with this kind of meals, that is you are getting glucose fluctuations. When you take your breakfast, your blood glucose level will be high. As soon as it reaches 11:30 or 12:30, it falls down. Whereas 1 o'clock you take your, or 1:30 you take your lunch, it again rises, and again when you take your dinner at 7, it falls down. So this kind of glucose fluctuation is problematic situation. This will lead to a condition called diabetes, or other problems it will be leading. So to avoid this problem, we have to take small and frequent meals. What is small and frequent meals? Instead of taking your apple and orange juice and your parathas in morning, carry that apple in your bag, and whenever you're getting a mid break like 11:30 or 11 o'clock, eat that. Or you can take a buttermilk bottle with you, you can have that in your mid morning. So just make sure, divide your meal, how much you're eating, that much only you eat, but just change the times. Instead of taking some snacks like sprouts and all in the lunch, just take that sprouts in 3:30. So just manage whatever you are eating, just change the time. Little modification in your diet is needed. That's what we called as lifestyle modification. Whatever you are eating, how much you are eating is okay, fine, but just change the time, so that there is no glucose fluctuation. Taking a large and heavy meal one time, it is better taking it in a small quantities. So this will help your mind, it will give fuel to your body, and there will be no glucose fluctuations. By this way, you will be having a good balanced diet, and this will be helping you for a good healthy life. And apart from all these things, there is one important thing. Always diet comes with something called as E, that is your energy should be burned, that is physical activity. At least a 30 minute of walking, not more than that. I'm not telling you to do cycling. Old age people cannot do all those things. You'll be having a lot of excuses like we don't have gym at home, we don't have equipments and all. No need of any of such things. When you are taking a balanced diet according to your age, gender, body type, you must have something called as physical activity. That means a 30 minutes of walking. Any housewife will give explanation that I am doing all the household chores like cooking, cleaning and all, so I don't need a physical activity. Max of your activity is done, you will be having these assumptions. But a 30 minute of walking for anybody, any profession, any age group, a 30 to 45 minutes of walking will definitely help you boost your immune system and beat all the bad fat in your body. So make sure you have a 30 minutes of physical exercise daily. Meanwhile, you can increase this also, 30 to 45, 45 to 50 or 60, that's up to you, but a 30-minute is must. A balanced diet with 30 minutes of physical exercise will definitely give you a healthy lifestyle. So that's what I'm saying here. Small and frequent meals should be there, and don't try to skip any of the meal. Dieting doesn't lead to a slimmer body or any control any diseases. You take your meal, you in a small quantities, but don't skip it. If you are going somewhere which you cannot eat something, just carry a bottle of buttermilk, apple in your bag, or some other biscuit. There are ragi biscuits, millet biscuits, whatever you can carry, you just carry and have at least 2 to 3. Because in diabetes and other patients, they cannot skip the meal, they will be getting glucose deficiency, hypoglycemia we say. But not only for diabetic patient, any age group, you have to make your glucose levels continuous. If you have fluctuation in a long run, that is dangerous. Yes sir. So how should you decide your meal for what age groups? According to age groups, what should be given, what not to be given. Like for small children's, they cannot eat the same thing continuously. How best you can make food for them? For a toddler or a small people, the attractive food is only one thing which they will consume. You have to make the food very attractive. That doesn't mean you have to cook every day in kitchen or be in kitchen, but the same rice, I'll give you example of plain rice. If you have made a rice for your child, just make it a palak rice in the morning, which will give him a green color. Same rice bowl, you can make it a beetroot rice in your afternoon. And same rice, if you're giving in dinner also, you can make it a carrot rice, which will give you orangish color. So colorful things will attract your children. So try to make your child's plate a very attractive plate. So when the plate is attractive, the child definitely get enthusiastic and appetite. He feels appetitic to eat something. So just make sure your child plate or breakfast, first we'll discuss about breakfast, should be high cereal. Whatever you can make porridges, you can add sugars, creams to children's, because their physical activity is more. And fresh fruits, from starting, make your child to have fruit as such, raw fruit. So so that in a long run they can avoid processed foods, more of processed foods. But consuming a processed foods once in a while is not a harmful thing. So make sure you give a mid morning breakfast. Not only a breakfast, but mid morning meal is very important, which you can give like chopped vegetables, or you can even give them biscuits, whatever they like. You can just make with oats, make them habit of eating a healthy things from starting from a younger age. Next slide, sir. I am just telling this basic examples because people think like I am telling you to take at least a 3 to 4 fruits a day. That doesn't mean I am telling you to buy something which you cannot afford. Like I'm not suggesting you to take only avocados, blackberries, blueberries, mulberries, which is high cost. But what you can afford, if you can afford an apple, I'm not even saying that change your fruit 3 times. I'm just suggesting to take 3 fruits a day. That means you can repeat this same fruit also, or you can change the fruit. Depends upon your affordability, your economic status. I am nobody to say you that this is wrong, this is right, okay? Because you know your financial condition. What you can buy, you buy that. If you can buy apple 1 week apples, and you can take 3 apples a day, I don't really mind. But if you can buy only guava, you take guava only. But make sure you include a fruit in your diet. I'm telling a fruit, that's it. So even raw tomato you can be using as a fruit only for your child. If you can give a raw fruit tomato to your child in a mid morning as a fruit, really good for health. So it depends upon your economic status. When you're going to somebody for a diet suggestion, that doesn't mean they should always suggest you what you cannot buy. So there is nobody else can tell you what you can do best for your child. So if you can buy a fruit, very good. If you can grow your fruit, very good. If you can, you have one papaya which is already cut and you wanted to use that papaya only, so give that papaya only 3 times. Same watermelons 3 times, but make sure you have 3 fruits a day. Means 3 fruit means 3 servings of fruit. Fruit is of your choice now. Make sure you give a very attractive lunch and mid afternoon meal also. As I'm telling, small and frequent meals, because at one time if you make a child and force him to eat 2 parathas, no child will be eating. So make sure that you divide the meal, give some time to them, and make food attractive. Definitely they will consume. Similarly, evening meals also, make sure you give it. And while sleeping, definitely make them to have a cold milk. Cold milk will help you in your digestion. And any child who is having lactose intolerance can take substitute of milks, like you will get groundnut milk, some other kind of milks also, which lactose intolerance patients can take. So give that. Make sure they have 1 glass of cold milk, which will help them sleep also. And if you want, you can add 1 tablespoon of honey also. Next. Similarly, when a child grows, their habits also grow. They wanted more and more attractive things. They want more varieties. Now when the toddler is there, you may feed anything, but once the children grow, they start growing to preschools, they see the other boys tiffin, they see the other girls tiffin, and they come and say that usne ye laya tha tiffin mein, her mother made this, they had this. So they started adopting things where their environment is like, they start demanding you, like, we want today, we want Maggie, today we will not eat this, today we don't want this is so boring. So for this kind of child, they are very tricky age group. So you must manage them very carefully. So you must always involve them eating in a playway method. Stop giving them gadgets, stop giving making them sit in front of TVs and all and eat. Let them enjoy the food. How will they enjoy? When they get involved. So ask them, can you just break this eggs for me? Can you just flip this eggs? Let us make an omelette. So they get attracted, they get involved. You just say them, let us play restaurant. Please, why don't you come as a client to my restaurant today? I will serve you Mac. Whatever you make, you just make the food of your child in this age group very attractive, very playway method you have to feed them. So here, remember, this kind of children will be very much attracted to high sugar foods like chocolates, ice creams, and they think that whatever their friends are eating is only good. Many children will come and demand their mothers for chips. I see when I go to schools and all, when the children open their lunch box, half of the box is filled with chips. I don't know, it's not their mother's fault, it's not that the parents are not educated, they all hold a good degrees, but the children are demanding that kind of food. So it is very important for this age group we teach what is healthy food, what is unhealthy food, how much of chocolate you must take, and how much of ice creams you must take. So this age group we have to give awareness. You must check your ice cream packs. These days ice creams are not only made with milks and milk powders. You can check, it is always written frozen dessert. That means they are using bad fats, bad creams, which are not good for our health. And they are smartly they are branding it as a frozen dessert. Nowhere it is written ice cream on their packets. If you go to supermarkets, please check, because ice cream packs are so chill. We just take and keep it in our bucket. We don't even check that it is not written ice creams, but many times it is written frozen dessert. These are not ice creams, these are not made with this cream, these are not made with, and these are not made with those all stuffs what we need, like milk powder and good creams. These are made with something which is not good for our children's, added preservatives and all. So make them, educate them, like, if you want ice cream, if you want chocolate, let us make it home. If we cannot make it home, we will purchase whatever you like, and we will give you once in a week, either after your Friday or Saturday or Sunday. Make them one day attractive, make their tables, make their charts, food habits, and ask them to mark whatever they are eating is right, whatever they eat today is wrong. So this kind of information they will get since their childhood, and they will be very much interested in knowing what all they are doing. And if possible, at least not every day, but Sundays, if your mothers and father is at home, make them involved in food making. Like, ask them, why don't you beat egg for me today? Why don't you just help me butter this bread? Why don't you do this? Let us play. Everything, every time when you involve them in cooking, they will understand the importance of the food. They will understand how to make the food, how difficult it is for a mother to make a food, and they will definitely eat whatever they are making, because they are making, they are involved in that. So make them with high fiber foods, high kind of fruits and vegetables which are rich in vitamins and minerals, because this is the age where you will be definitely having very low immune system, and you are very prone to any infection, virus, any kind of bacteria. Very sensitive age this is, and very low immune system will be there. So to build a good immune system, we have to start their diet habits since a very young age. They must know what is a good food, what is a healthy food, and what is not a healthy food. a healthy food. And if they love chips, if they love chocolates, if they love ice creams, you must not stop them, but you must make a table. You must make a schedule. Like, chocolates are only consumed on Sundays. Only on Friday night we will be giving you chips, or Friday lunch we will be giving you chips. Something like that. You make your own schedule. I'm not no one to tell you how you should make your schedule, or this should be there in your schedule. You are better judge as a mother, as a father. You are a better judge for your child. You must know what is good for your child, what is not good for your child, and you must make your own according to your economic conditions, according to your availabilities, according to your resources. You make a schedule and make them acquainted with that schedule. Make your child fit in that schedule. Give them a timetable in their room. Place the timetable. Ask them what they have eaten today, and mark two things like healthy food, unhealthy food. Say them how many healthy foods they had, how many unhealthy foods they have. So they will definitely know what kind of unhealthy foods they are taking in. And definitely the seeing the tick marks and the wrong marks, they will be shifting their unhealthy habits to healthy habits. Make it very attractive. And I am suggesting like a home, if you cannot make a homemade product, sometimes a busy mother, working mothers, they give a processed foods like some processed pastas, maggie, whatever it attracts the children's. But you can definitely give this. There is no harm. Make sure it is once a while, not a regular habit. Daily lunch should not be a maggie, daily should not be a pasta. Once a while. So remember, anything which is going excess in our body is harmful. It should be always, it should always be balanced. One day if you are giving maggie, that week a processed food is completed. You should tell one day it is, one day if you consume, your week schedule of consuming processed food is ended. Now you have to take a healthy food. So don't even disappoint them by saying this is not good, that is not good, this is the, you should not consume this. Because they must know that this is not good. If you consume continuously, you must take it in a very limited quantity. Yes, sir. Next slide. Here comes the adults. Here adults are more grown up people. They know what is good, what is not good. They keep studying. These days there is one best thing in their hand is Google Baba. They will be just browsing that should be eaten or not, that is good or not, and they will be taking. So this group is little mature group. But it is very important, whatever you are downloading informations from Google, it should not be from some lay person who's giving you a nutritional information. Make sure it is a nutritionist, make sure it is a dietitianist. Follow their pages, and whatever they are suggesting, if you are consuming, that is well and good. Because these days it has become a habit of every individual to give you diet suggestions. They think they are great in nutrition. They, without even knowing the nutritional science, they will be suggesting you to consume this, consume that, take fruits, vegetables, take mango, take apple, I don't know what not. But this is when you are browsing, browse it from some websites which are from scholars like Google Scholars and all. Go for a research papers, research studies. And this age group, you will be having a habit of taking teas, more of teas, because you get stressed and you feel stress relieving things are from this tea and all. You find it very refreshing. So this for this I must tell that no, you can take 3 to 4 cups of green tea, or make sure it is 3 cups. Or if you are not taking green tea, herbal tea is also good. And where you are taking your organic teas and all, whatever brands these days available, you are getting attracted, you want to take that, well and good, you can take it. But make sure whatever you are taking is healthy for you. And when there is some problem, you're finding it some problem in indigestion, or some inconvenience in your body, you stop it. And this age group is very prone to some other sugary products like cold drinks, and even hard drinks like your alcohols and all. So for this cold drinks and all, I can say that this all sodas are just a glucose water. So when you can avoid this cold drinks to a much level, it is very good. But if you really consume it for once a while is nothing harmful. But when you make it a regular habit, when you get involved in it, when you're daily consuming and you can say you cannot digest if you cannot take your any kind of brands, cola brands, which I don't want to mention. Any kind of cola you are taking, or any kind of sodas you are taking, you're getting addicted to that. That is harmful. And whereas coming to the other part, which I said, hard drinks, I'm not promoting any kind of hard drinks, or I'm not telling it is to consume it, but I'm just telling the people who consume, I'm not telling you to stop it, but I'm telling you to limit it with for some amount of it. And if you can take if you're used to of taking, and if you really want to take, why don't you just take something which is red wine and all, which is good for health, in a limited quantity. So this age group, we have to look into so many things, and depends upon their maturity, their convenience, they keep consuming. So they are much adult, they keep browsing, they keep reading, and they get a good amount of food and all. So this group is little mature group, and for this group we have to suggest 3 to 4 kinds of fruits a day. As I said, fruit, that doesn't mean different fruits, it does just mean different servings of food, fruits and vegetables. Start your meals with always your dinner and your lunch with a salad. Make sure you consume more of healthy, high fiber cereals. And usually there is one keto diets are coming in market, crash diets, keto diets, and whatnot is there in market. Don't go for all those things. If you're going for a weight loss, if you're going for any cardiac or any special thing problems, just slowly modify your diet. Don't go for any crash diets, don't go for any keto diets, because in a long run these are not good. You limit your food, you increase your exercise. This is the only way you can achieve success for your healthy lifestyle. Yes, sir. Next slide for old age. Nutrition for old age. It is people usually think like old age is not a concern. They don't consider old age as a problematic stage, because they think that they should not eat this, they should not eat that. Always a not list is bigger than what to eat, what not to eat. So for old age, because their needs are very special, their needs are very special, they will be losing their capacity of chewing, they will be losing the capacity of swallowing. So it is a very special group. Instead, it is very special group. I say that you have to take a lot of care of your old age, as you were taking care of your toddlers and infants, because they are with the special needs also. How your infants are prone to infections and with less immunity, similarly your old age people are very, prone to infections, and they have very less immunity. So make sure, instead of giving them the jawari, chapatis and all, paratas, which they cannot swallow, they cannot chew, please make a soft foods for them. If for special needs, every individual has their special needs. So according to their needs, according to their disease, or according to their special conditions, modify their diets, make a schedule. Because same as a person who's cooking, they'll also get bored cooking, and as a person who's consuming, they'll also get bored while taking same amount of food daily, same amount and same taste of food. So as you are modifying and making it attractive for your child, you have to do similar for your old age people. And most important thing for all the age group is your vitamin D. That means exposure to sunlight. This is more important in a country like India, where we prefer like covering our bodies. We only get exposed to our face and hands, but your preparation of vitamin D from your face is very less. You get very less amount of vitamin D from your when you get exposed only the face and hands. So it is very much needed that we need to get vitamin D, a proper sunlight. You always see your grandmothers oiling your child and keeping in sunlight. As a child, even I used to wonder why they do that. But later on, when I was doing my PhD, when I was going through vitamin D analysis and all with Dr. Manorama, I just found out that this is very good habit, very attractive thing you will be finding. But oiling your body and just lying on sun, it will give you maximum amount of sunlight, and it will help in vitamin D preparation in your body. So as a layman, if you're a layman also, just get exposed to sunlight at least for 30 minutes. It is very important for even your old age people. Make them sit in sun for at least 30 minutes, because the exposure will definitely boost your immunities and will reduce all other diseases. Everything is related to your vitamin D. Your cardiac is related to your vitamin D. Your PCOD problem is related to vitamin D. Your anything, your any problem, your gynec problems, your disease, your heart, your sugar, everything is related to your sunlight. So make sure you get a proper sunlight. And there I'm telling you, even the farmers were tested in our PhD researchers, who were getting 6 to 7 hours, 16 hours sun exposure also, all were having vitamin D deficiency except the one who takes supplements, because the exposure is only to face, hands, and for some people it is legs, but maximum body of major part of our bodies will be covered. Many of you will be having pardas and all. So in that case, you just take exposed to get sunlight in some private place only. If you don't want, with a minimum clothing, make sure you at least get a 30 minutes of sunlight. As I said, 30 minutes of walking is important. Similarly, 30 minutes of your sun exposure is important. So make your time convenient to get exposed to sunlights also. And if possible, include your fish in your diet at least once in a week, because that will have omega-3 fatty acids, which is a good fat and which is needed by your body. This fruits and vegetables should be major part of your old age people. But then they again have the other kinds of special needs, like somebody will be having diarrhea, someone will be having constipation, because this age you doesn't know what is the special need. So according to the your parents, according to elders in your house, what is their special need, confirm with your doctor and modify their diet, because every person, every individual is special in their in this age. So a diet should be special for each and everybody. General diet, what I can say for all the age group is, it should be high in fiber, because fiber need is more, excretion will be very less. But somebody who is having diarrhea and all, there you have to modify. It's not like Dr. Jahan said to consume fiber and you're giving to some patient who is not unable to digest fiber. So make sure the special need, this is general information I'm giving, but when there is a special need, modify it according to whatever is their need. But yes, wide need of vitamin, minerals, antioxidants are more at this age, because the immunity is very less. So for increasing their immunity, make sure you oil their body, expose at 30 minutes to sunlight, and then a proper diet, a proper physical exercise. If somebody is having some problem in your walking, they cannot walk, they have some joint pains, arthritis, or some other problems, make them sit and do upper part of your exercise of upper part of the body, like lifting hands, uh, bending hands, and waving hands. This kind of little exercise if they can do from upper part of their body also, it is well and good. If somebody is having upper part problem, then ask them to do with a lower body, but little or other, some or other playway method of physical exercise is needed in this group. At least if they can pick a ball and pass, you just make them to pass to the left side to right side, so that at least they will have some or other problem. If they are able to blow the balloon, ask them to blow balloons, because that will give them good respiratory help and increase their lung function. So make sure they have little exercise. That doesn't mean it should be all your abs and all, but that means a little kind of exercise which they should think like not think like an exercise or punishment. They should enjoy and play. So blowing a balloon or some ball play, something which they can do at this age, should be included. But in India, I can say 65 is also not an old age group. We all are very healthy and active. After 65, maybe this problems arises. So make sure you take care of this old age also. Geriatric patients are very important part of our country, so senior citizens should also be given similar kind of attention in your nutrition, as they have lots of special needs. Yes, sir. Next slide. Before going to scopes, I will just wanted to tell that a few points which you can boost your immunity, because these days you're finding it lot of some virus, some bacteria, or some unhealthy environment, and every time you're getting low immunity or your platelets are falling down. So I just wanted to take 5 more minutes. I hope I have Dr. Rathore 5 to 10 more minutes to explain how you can boost your immunity.
Yes, ma'am. You have 5 minutes.
Okay, how you can boost your immunity? Like first, there is a lot of adolescent girls and all. They are finding it difficult with their irons. Everybody is having iron deficiency anemia. Many women you can find this. I can bet that entire your college girls, if we screen, 70% will be definitely iron deficient. So why when they say we take good diet, we take good diet, we eat all iron rich foods, we take a date, we take jaggery in our diet, but why are we iron deficient? That must be because you're not taking vitamin C with it. So make sure when you're taking iron rich diet, you have one guava or one apple at least, which is vitamin rich, which will help you absorb your iron in your body. And very importantly, you must have a good sleep. You must have a good sleep, at least 8 hours, 6 hours, according to your need. Reduce your stress and all. A very good benefit for all our Indian is we have great use of spices. Like we use bay leaves, we use ginger, we use garlic, we use turmeric. So these things will help us prevent infections and bacterial diseases. If you take curcumin in your tea or in any of your diet, you will be having resistance towards your infections, and it will boost your immunity. Bay leaf also, these days bay leaf tea, usually northeast people will take bay leaf tea, but not all of us. So what is bay leaf? Bay leaf is biryani ka patta. You take a leaf in your biryanis, that you can just crush it, boil it, and have that water. So it will also give you good immunity, as it is rich in antioxidants. When you cannot afford green tea or organic tea, herbal tea, you just make the spices tea. A ginger tea, a very good tea, which will help you boost your immunity. You can ready and make sure life is beautiful. Enjoy each and every moment of life. Enjoy your meal irrespective of any tensions. When you are eating, eat it with heart. So food is something which is very we are blessed to have food. Actually, many people doesn't even have food in food so when we are having food, when we are deciding so many things, how to eat, what to eat, and how much to eat, that means we are blessed to have food. So reduce the stress. Don't bring your stress to your dining table. Drink more water. Drinking more water is more important to keep yourself hydrated, to eliminate your waste products. So make sure you have a whole plant products. I'm not saying processed foods are bad, because as in a countries like India, where there are so many people dying with hunger, we have to process food to make availability of fruits and vegetables at the time when they are not available. So this seasonal foods should be processed. So I cannot say don't take processed food, but I can just say limit the usage of processed food. Instead of daily taking some pasta, something which is processed and which has this chemical preservatives, avoid the usage of it. When you can take a fresh fruit juice, when you can just spend 2 minutes to make a fruit juice, or just consume a fruit as such instead of making it juice, but rather than consuming some tetra packed fruit juice which is available in the markets. So in this way, what happened, you just limit your consumption of processed foods. You'll be getting more vitamins and minerals from fresh fruits. So this way you can make your life healthy. Make sure you have a good milk and dairy products. Make a habit of consuming daily yogurt or a buttermilk. Some people who have indigestion or some flatulence problem, some digestion problem, please, while sleeping, before sleeping, just take a glass of cool milk, which will help you which will cure all your indigestion problems, give you a good sleep also. And make sure you take a sun bath. As I said, 30 minutes of sun bath, and stay away from toxins, alcohols. Make a good sanitary and hygienic habit, not only while eating outside. Don't ask it is prepared hygienically, but even in your kitchen when you're making, make sure your knives, because the knives, you will be cutting the same knife with for some vegetable, and the same knife without even washing you will be using for other foods. So make sure you yourself maintain a good hygiene, and preparation of food is very good. Sanitized procedures you are using. This is the way where you can make your life healthy. Lastly, I want to say some important scopes of nutrition, where you can after selecting this nutrition, how you can proceed. What are the scopes of nutrition? Jaswant sir, can I just 2 minutes say that slides? What are the
Yes,
job
yes.
opportunities for nutritionists? Because coming days, everybody is going to be dependent on food. It is not going to be doctors. It's not going to be other things. It's only going to be a nutritionist. So in government sectors, you can be a scientist, a research and extensionist, or an extension officer, child development and women officer, project women welfare officers. We have like CDPOs, we say district welfare officers, women and child welfare officers. You can be a great lecturers, a good teachers, a good sports nutritionist, a registered dietitian, a food inspector, a quality analyst. Next slide. There are so many job opportunities which I wanted to tell with nutrition, because nutrition walks before we come to this world from our mother's womb till the grave. So diet counselors, lecturers, you can be in research and developing the products. You can be in any specialized nutritionist also, like only take a diabetic or only take cancer dietitian, or be only onco dietitian, or be only cardio dietitian. Whatever, you have a great opportunity and great scopes in nutrition. With this, I want to end by saying fruitful life is fruitful life. So consume more fruits in your diet and make your life healthy and happy. Jaswant sir, I end.
Yes, 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 yes. It's very good. It is a fruitful address, very nutritious, with full
Thank
of
you.
fiber and full of proteins and vitamins. Miss, all participants are there. They are also enjoying your address.
Thank you.
It was very delicious. It was very compact and concise, right? Uh,
Yeah, actually, nutrition is such a
actually,
wide topic.
yeah, actually, I should start from the last slide, because the last slide was very important to my student. They can be, you can say, see this, you can say nutrition, right? That
Yes, sir.
has unlayered many opportunities for my students, right?
Yes, sir.
So we should not miss, our students should not go for, you can say, some traditional roles, teachers and all these things. They can also think about, particularly science students, right? They
Yes,
can
sir.
also think
I have
about being
actually,
a nutrition.
it wasn't a part of this, but I wanted to promote my subject, because I see every Tom, Dick, and Harry talking about nutrition when they don't even have a professional degree in nutrition. Nutrition is not something which you can, a layman can talk. It's a science which only a scientist can understand. Every fruit and every vegetable and every even spice has a science to play in your body.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And that's why there are many opportunities for the rural area students, right? They
Yes,
can
sir.
also go for this, you can say, nutrition science. They can also go for, they can also study, you can say, fat and all these things, because nowadays everyone is going to be fatty, right? Even I am also with Miss, I also take care a lot about my tummy and all these things, right? So this session is open for discussion. Number one, you can ask questions. Now I also provide liberty to my participants. ये भी मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ, आज लिबर्टी है थोड़ी, लिबर्टी इसलिए कि आज खाने पे चर्चा हो रही है, आज न्यूट्रिशन पे चर्चा हो रही है। तो और मैंने मैंने उनसे परमिशन ले ली थी, डॉक्टर अफीफा जहान से, कि अगर कोई हिंदी में भी क्वेश्चन करता है तो यू शुड आंसर इट इन हिंदी, सो दैट अगर किसी को इंग्लिश में बहुत सारा ट्रबल है, राइट, सो दैट कैन बी ऑल्सो सॉल्व, राइट। सो दिस सेशन इज ओपन फॉर डिस्कशन। मैम, ये मेरा तो पहला ही क्वेश्चन हिंदी में ही मेरा थोड़ा कहता हूँ
जी सर,
कि
जी
यार
सर।
टमी टमी फिटनेस के लिए क्या क्या करना चाहिए यार? टमी है ना, दैट्स अ वेरी बिग इशू, नॉट ओनली एक्सपीरियंस बाय मी। मैं तो बहुत सारा भूखा भी रहता हूँ कभी कभी, लेकिन भूखा रहने से कोई फायदा नहीं था, खाने से भी कोई फायदा नहीं था, राइट। तो व्हाट शुड बी द स्केड्यूल और व्हाट शुड बी द प्रोसेस, राइट? टमी को फिट करने के लिए कैसे क्या करना चाहिए? ब्रेन इज गुड ना, माय ब्रेन इज वेरी गुड, एज फार एज टमी इज कंसर्न ना, इट्स शेपलेस। So sometimes my wife used to tell me and taunt me that you are good for nothing, right? तो मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ कि ये आजकल की समस्या सबसे बड़ी टमी वाली है, राइट? मोटापा। ये मोटापा का इलाज क्या है? थोड़ा बहुत थोड़ा थोड़ा ज्यादा बताइएगा तो अच्छा रहेगा।
जी सर, मोटापा एक्चुअली तमी जो आप बोल रहे हैं, पेट निकलना, मर्दों में एक होता है पियर एप्पल की तरह होता है और औरतों में एक होता है सेब की तरह होता है। जो पियर एप्पल की तरह और सेब की तरह पेट फैलने लगता है, ये पहली चीज होती है। पहला पेट निकलने का पहला मतलब ये होता है कि आपका ब्रेकफास्ट सही नहीं है, आपका नाश्ता सही नहीं है। क्योंकि अगर आपका अपर बॉडी में गेन हो रहा है वेट, तो आपका ब्रेकफास्ट से रिलेटेड है वो। आपका फर्स्ट होगा, आपका ब्रेकफास्ट सही होना चाहिए, जिसमें मैक्सिमम डाइट का कैलोरीज आपका ब्रेकफास्ट से आना चाहिए। अगर आपके डाइट में मैक्सिमम कैलोरीज डिनर से आ रहे हैं, मतलब आप खाने से सोने से पहले बहुत कुछ खा के सो रहे हो, तो फिर वहां चर्बी आना स्टार्ट हो जाएगी। तो बेसिकली आप अपना नाश्ता सही करिए, गुड राजा की तरह खा लीजिए। तो जो मैक्सिमम जो खाना है वो नाश्ते में खाइए, जो भी स्पेशल डिशेज खाना है वो कभी कभी स्पेशल खा लेते हैं, तो वो सब अच्छा सा नाश्ते में खाइए। बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे कंट्री में सारे पार्टी सारे कुछ कुछ रात में होते हैं, तो वी टेक सो मच इन नाइट एंड देन वो सो जाते हैं, उसके बाद वो कैलोरीज बर्न नहीं होते, वो तब कहाँ जाएंगे, वो भी तो सारे कहीं ना कहीं जगह बनाएंगे, तो वो आ जाते हैं पेट के पास। बिकॉज पेट का एरिया ऐसा होता है जहाँ फैट सेल ज्यादा होते हैं, मोर ऑफ फैट सेल्स आर प्रेजेंट नियर योर स्टमक एंड ऑल, तो दे गेट ऑक्यूपाइड। बट एज सच अगर आपको ये अवेयरनेस आ गया है कि मुझे अपना फैट कम करना है, अब मुझे अपनी चर्बी घटाना है, तो बेसिकली आपको शुरू करना है आपके ब्रेकफास्ट से। आप अपना ब्रेकफास्ट अच्छा करिए और आपका मिड मॉर्निंग मील लीजिए, मतलब आप एकदम पूरा खाने के बदले कुछ कुछ फ्रूट्स और कुछ ड्रिंक्स जो है आप वो मिड मॉर्निंग में 10 बजे लीजिए, और आपका लंच हैवी कर लीजिए। डिनर बहुत ही लाइट करिए, जैसे कि आप बस टिफिन लीजिए डिनर में, और कुछ 7 बजे के अंदर खत्म कर दीजिए, सोने के 2-3 घंटा पहले कर दीजिए, और आप
ડિનર
डिनर
એટલે
करने
રાતનું જમવાનું ને?
હા,
डिनर कर
રાતનું જમવાનું ભાઈ, રાતનું બરાબર. આ રાતનું જમવાનું એટલા માટે 1 મિનિટ પ્લીઝ. કારણ કે એક જોક છે કે એક પત્નીએ એના પતિને કહ્યું કે ચાલો ડિનર કરી લો, બરાબર, બપોરે કહ્યું. એટલે કે ડિનર કરી લો એટલે પેલો પતિ કે ગાંડી, એને ડિનર ન કહેવાય, એને લંચ કહેવાય. એટલે કે ના ના, આ તો રાતનું જ પડેલું છે, તમને અત્યારે આપવું છે, એટલા માટે ડિનર કહેવાય, રાઈટ. तो रात का पड़ा हुआ खाना डिनर में डाल देती है, तो महिला है भाई, राइट. सो रातનું જમવાનું ડિનર, બપોરનું જમવાનું લંચ, અને બ્રેકફાસ્ટ એટલે નાસ્તો. हाँ, यस प्लीज. हाँ, आप बोल सकती हैं.
जी जी, तो ऐसा ही होता है अक्सर। हम रात में जो करते हैं वो सब हमारे पेट पे रिफ्लेक्ट करता है। सो इसको अगर आपको करेक्ट करना है तो फर्स्ट आप अपने ब्रेकफास्ट को करेक्ट करिए, और कुछ एक्सरसाइजेस जो होती है स्टमक की वो भी इंक्लूड करिए, तो मैक्सिमम ऑफ योर स्टमक विल डेफिनेटली, क्योंकि वो जितना उसमें फैट सेल ज्यादा होते हैं ना, उतना ही उसके अंदर कैपेसिटी अंदर जाने की भी जल्दी ज्यादा होती है। तो अगर आप कंटिन्यूअसली 1 महीना देखिए, अगर आप कोई एप्स के एक्सरसाइज करेंगे विद द करेक्ट डाइट, तो वो डेफिनेटली कम होता रहेगा। और कोई भी चीज को एकदम से हैवी मत कर लीजिए, जैसे कि हैवी प्रोटीन डाइट लेके ज्यादा एक्सरसाइजेस, क्योंकि वो लॉन्ग रन में नुकसानदेह होता है। सो मैं इसीलिए कोई भी, अगर मेरे स्टूडेंट्स भी बोलते हैं कि कीटो डाइट पे जा रहे हैं या एटकिन डाइट पे जा रहे हैं, तो मैं बोलती हूँ कि इन लॉन्ग रन, बिकॉज आपकी किडनी इतना फिल्टर नहीं कर पाएगी प्रोटीन। जो आप 3 महीने कर लेते हो और बोलते हो कि मैंने 3 महीने कीटो किया, 10 किलो कम हो गया है, बेशक आपका 10 किलो नहीं 20 किलो कम हो सकता है, डिपेंड्स ऑन योर बॉडी, बट देन वो जो किडनी ने 3 महीने सफर किया है, वो जब आप 40 के आ जाओगे तो वो छोड़ देगी अपनी कैपेसिटी ऑफ फिल्टरिंग, क्योंकि उसने उस 3 महीने में ओवरलोड काम किया है। तो कोई भी चीज को अगर आप ज्यादा स्ट्रेस पे डाल दोगे, तो वो उस अपनी कैपेसिटी, अपने अच्छे काम करने की कैपेसिटी छोड़ देगा। सो स्लो एंड स्टडी विन द रेस। आप हल्का हल्का स्टार्ट करिए, इट टेक्स टाइम, बिकॉज एक जल्दी रिजल्ट नहीं आता है, बट इट डेफिनेटली गेट्स अ गुड रिजल्ट। एक बार चले जाएगा फिर नहीं आएगा, तो वैसे स्लो स्लो प्रोसेस में जाइए एंड डेफिनेटली इट विल हेल्प यू। Yes, sir. The question. I hope I answered you.
Yes. I also request you to answer in both the languages, English as well as in Hindi, because some
Yes, sir.
person has misstated that I do not know Hindi, right? So you should balance. We should have that balance diet, right? You should also talk in English as well as in Hindi, right?
Yeah, the
So
question
is
was.
there is there any question? Is there any question from the participant? You can unmute your audio button and ask. If you can you can ask in Gujarati. I can translate it in Hindi. I am very convenient to it.
હા જસવંતભાઈ, वो આર્થરાઇટિસ ના માટે શું જમવાનું હોવું જોઈએ? જેને આર્થરાઇટિસ થયો હોય ને
Yes, sir.
સંધિવા
Yes,
આપણે
yes,
કહીએ
sir.
છીએ
Yes,
એના
sir.
માટે
Yes, ma'am. मैम ये आर्थराइटिस की जिसको बीमारी होती है उनको क्या करना चाहिए, क्या खाना चाहिए? व्हाट शुड बी द डाइट फॉर द पेशेंट ऑफ आर्थराइटिस?
तो आपका एथराइटिस जो है ना वो उसके लिए आपको है ना ज्यादा तो बोलते हैं कि चलने में प्रॉब्लम होता है, एक्सरसाइज में प्रॉब्लम होता है, उनको बहुत ज्यादा ऐसी प्रॉब्लम्स होती है और उनको हर बार ये बोला जाता है कि आपको एथराइटिस है तो आप मिल्क प्रोडक्ट भी थोड़ा कम कर देना पड़ेगा उनको। कुछ ना कुछ ऐसे बोलते हैं कि ये मत लेना डाइट में, डायरी प्रोसेस प्रोडक्ट्स नहीं लेना, ऐसे बोलते रहते हैं मतलब बाहर ऐसे कुछ बोलते हैं। पर अगर आप ये उनको कैल्शियम चाहिए होता है जो किसी भी सोर्स से दे दो। आप मोरिंगा जानते हो ना, ड्रम स्टिक जिसको बोलते हैं, अगर आप वो मोरिंगा अपनी डाइट में इंक्लूड करोगे और मोरिंगा के पत्तों को सुखा के अगर आप उसको अपने सांबर में, दाल में या हर खाने की करी में एक एक स्पून डालते रहोगे तो डेफिनेटली आपको फर्क पड़ेगा। मोरिंगा को ड्रम स्टिक भी बोलते हैं। इट इज अ ड्रम स्टिक powder you can use in sambar, you can use in any type of your curries, and you use of moringa and you, will be definitely helping you to get rid of this arthritis along with medication, because it is a little complicated disease which will not let you to walk or give you joints pain and all, so be careful with this.
सरगवानी सिंह, मोरिंगा ने सरगवानी सिंह आप यूज कर सकते हो। हाँ, एक क्वेश्चन, देयर वाज वन क्वेश्चन, मिस व्हेन टू वॉक, व्हेन टू गो फॉर वॉकिंग, वॉकिंग करने के लिए कब जाना चाहिए? सुबह में, शाम में, खाना खाने से पहले, खाना खाने के बाद?
Very good question. I must appreciate this participant. I don't know the name, but this kind of doubt is always asked. Like, when do we walk? इधर सुबह करना चाहिए कि शाम में करना चाहिए, खाना खाने के बाद करना चाहिए कि खाना खाने के पहले करना चाहिए। उसके बहुत से, इट्स अ डिबेटेबल टॉपिक, आपको बहुत से रिसर्च पेपर्स भी मिलेंगे, बट द बेस्ट पार्ट इज व्हेन यू हैव टाइम। When you have time, अगर आप ऑफिस जाने वाले आदमी हो जो सुबह वॉक कर सकते हो तो प्लीज गो फॉर अ मॉर्निंग वॉक। इफ यू आर अ पर्सन हु हैज अ बिजी शेड्यूल इन अ मॉर्निंग and you have a time for going it in a evening 4-5 o'clock, go for a walk then. And if you cannot even go for that time, आपके पास उतना भी टाइम नहीं है 4-5 बजे, आप घर में 7 बजे आते हो तो खाना खाने के बाद एक हल्का हल्का वॉक ले लीजिए। सो इट डिपेंड्स आपके पास कब टाइम है। मैं ये आई एम टेलिंग दिस टू एवरीबॉडी, मैं ये हर बार बोल रही हूँ कि दूसरे को डिसाइड करने मत दीजिए कि आपके लिए क्या सही है। यू डिसाइड आपके पास कब वक्त है, आप किस टाइम में कन्वीनियंट हो। व्हेन यू आर कन्वीनियंट व्हाट टाइम यू कैन गो। लाइक फॉर मी, मैं सुबह कन्वीनियंट रहूंगी, मगर आपके लिए सुबह बिजी रहेगा क्योंकि आपके बच्चे जाएंगे, आपका हस्बैंड जाएगा, आपको सुबह टाइम नहीं मिलेगा। तो आपको 4-5 बजे जब सब बच्चे घर पे आके सो जाएंगे आपको उस टाइम मिलेगा, तो आप उस टाइम चले जाइए। नहीं, आपको सारे पति सब लोग सोने के बाद, आप डिनर वे करने के बाद 10 बजे आपको टाइम मिलता है तो ठीक है, आप 10 बजे से 11 बजे तक 1 घंटा वॉकिंग करिए, बट मेक श्योर कि आप थोड़ी देर बैठिए, आपकी सांस नॉर्मल आए तक बैठिए, उसके बाद आप सो जाइए। तो ऐसे वॉकिंग करके अपनी हार्ट बीट फास्ट रहने के टाइम पे मत सोइए, थोड़ा आप नॉर्मल हो जाइए। आपकी जब सांस नॉर्मल हो जाएगी यू कैन डेफिनेटली sleep that time. So it always
there is
depends
also
upon your schedule. I am telling this time and again that don't let the other person decide what is good for you and what is not for you, because the other person cannot fit in your shoes. You know what is going in your life, you know your financial condition, you know your physical condition, you know your timetable, and you know what is your available resources, what is your time, what is your food, what you can cook, what best you can make. So make sure जो आपके पास है उसमें आप बेस्ट कर दो, दैट इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट। मैं अगर मुझसे पूछोगे मैं बोलूंगी सुबह जाओ, क्योंकि मेरे को तो सुबह टाइम मिलता है, तो मैं बोलूंगी सुबह का बेस्ट होगा। आप किसी के पास दूसरी डाइटिशियन के पास जाओ, वो बोलेगी रात को करो, बिकॉज वो रात को कर रही होगी। बट देन ये बहुत डिबेटेबल टॉपिक है, इसके ऊपर बहुत रिसर्च पेपर्स भी है, बट देन फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज इंपॉर्टेंट है। 30 minutes of walk is important. Make it your convenient. Whenever you're convenient, you go for it. बट खाना खाते ही हैवी डंबल्स उठाना ये सब नहीं करना चाहिए। ये तो जनरल थिंग है, आपको पता होता है कि अभी खाना खाए हो, एक घंटा रेस्ट कर रहे हो, वॉक करना स्टार्ट करो तो हल्का हल्का वॉक करो। ऐसा कुछ ब्रिस्क वॉक स्टार्ट मत कर दो खाना खाते ही, विच विल लीड टू योर अपेंडिक्स एंड ऑल। बस हल्का हल्का वॉक करो, एक 30 मिनट्स के बदले में 45 मिनट कर दो, बट हल्का हल्का करो, बिकॉज आपको उसी टाइम में वक्त मिलता है, आपका वक्त वही आपको खाली मिल रहा है, तो वही कर दो। या फिर 10-11 बजे बच्चे जाने के बाद आपको वक्त मिल रहा है तो उस टाइम पे थोड़ा कर दो। I'm continuously finding this.
There is one question from Jayshree Joshi. She asked a question that what should be the diet for thyroid and B12 deficiency?
Yes, thyroid, it is actually a metabolic disease nowadays. But what you have to avoid in thyroid is glutogenous food, that is radish and your cabbage, cauliflower. मतलब glutogenous food जो होते हैं वो avoid करना है. So ये तीन चीजें आप खा सकते हो अगर वो processed हो तो. If it is correctly processed, once a while you can take, but maximally try to avoid this food for your thyroid. That is radish, cabbage, cauliflower. So, and other question was on thyroid, and other question was
B12 deficiency.
B12 deficiency. B12 deficiency, I can tell you, B12 deficiency max of Indians will have, because Indian diet is vegetarian. Max of us will take vegetarian food, and B12 is present only in non-veg food. अगर if somebody is giving you supplements saying ये B12 है और ये vegetarian है, then I don't know synthetically कितना correct है, because B12 is present in non-veg food only. All your non-veg products are rich in B12, but how vegetarians can get a B12 एक question mark है. आप ये मत सोचिए कि vegetarians will not get B12, but you can get B12 via fermented food. All your idli, dosa, whatever vada, whatever fermentation you are doing, your Gujaratis will khakra, fafra, dhokla, whatever ferment you will do, these all fermented foods are rich in vitamin B12, so you can take these foods.
Yes, डायबिटिक के लिए, डायबिटिक पेशेंट है, उसके लिए क्या खाना क्या ना खाना?
Diabetic, the basic thumb rule even आपको ये दिखाई दे रहा है?
No, नहीं दिखाई दे रहा.
Audience are able to see this, right?
No, because it's a 4-inch camera now. That will not. Kindly explain it only.
For diabetic patients, small and frequent meals are very important. Now, glucose, they have 3 kind of problems like polyphagia. उनको थोड़ी देर को भूख लगना start हो जाती है. They get hungry in a small time. And polydipsia means they feel thirsty for small frequency of time. And polyuria means बार urinate pass करने का feeling आते रहता है उनको. So these 3 problems, polyphagia, polydipsia, and polyuria, is the problem of diabetic patients. How you can control this is small and frequent meal. जो थोड़ा देर को उनको कुछ देते रहिए. Ragi is also said as finger millet, which is also said as poor man's milk. मतलब जो गरीब है, जो दूध अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते, वो अगर 1 ग्लास रागी जावा ले लेंगे तो उनको दिन में जितना कैल्शियम चाहिए 1 ग्लास दूध से मिलेगा, वो एक रागी जावा से मिल सकता है. So you can give all those things to your diabetic patient. The foods which should be avoided is your mango, your custard apple, your fruits, maximum fruits which are rich in sugars like sapota. But the thing is, these are seasonal food also. Mango, custard apple. So unka man bhi bolta, they also wanted to have this. So when I say no, they will have one. So when I say one, they will have more. So don't let others to say what you can eat, what you cannot eat. But if you are taking mango, a diabetic patient should not take mango. But if you are taking a mango, take it in a breakfast, walk it. So you try to modify your diet according to your needs. So these foods you cannot take. Foods you can take in diabetes is fiber-rich foods, like you can take oats. And these days people are saying sprouts. But the sprouts kya hota hai? This is already pre-processed. So pre-processed hone ki wajah se it is rich in the availability of glucose is more. So instead of taking this kind of food, you can directly take cucumbers. Instead of sprouts, cucumbers, carrots, beetroots, chopped, that kind of salad you can take a diabetic patient. You can definitely take millets. Millets are gaining a high popularity because of fiber, but then the consumption of millet is very important. Like I said, how much you eat is also important, because what you eat is आपका glycemic index बनेगा, so how much you eat is also giving you a glycemic load. So that is also important. So how much you are eating and how you are eating, processed you are eating and all, that also matters. So make sure when you are taking millets, it should be in a form which is good for health, not in a form like cakes, ragi cake, jowar cake, biscuits, which is again made with the hydrogenated fat. So if you're taking something with again the hydrogenated fat, then it is not good for health. You're telling I am taking millet, तो रोज रागी बिस्किट खा रहा हूँ, but biscuit that use of the bad fat, that is not good for your health, which again with diabetic you will be even having cardiac problems if you consume this kind of things. So when you are taking diabetic, when you are a diabetic and you're taking millets, take it in a different processed form where you have a good fats, not a bad fats, not a baked products which is used with this other fat which is not good for health. So millet you can take oats, you can take maximum whatever you want to eat you can eat, but a quantity is important. Only the food which is high in sugar, your colas, your drinks, you should avoid. Diabetic patients, they can take ice creams, but only problem I said with ice cream is they are using very bad cream which is not good for health, and they are tagging it on a label like frozen dessert. They are not giving ice creams, it is written frozen dessert, so you can not even complain on that, not even case on that. So make sure you have good kind of defatted milk, defatted yogurt, make with defatted things, because in diabetes you should limit your carbohydrates.
Okay, is there any other question? आप
Yes,
पूछ
sir.
सकते हैं, लिख, हाँ,
Hello.
yes, please.
Yes madam.
हाँ, हेलो मैम.
Hi madam.
हेलो.
हाँ, please, हाँ, हाँ, हाँ,
हाँ सर.
परमार, हाँ, और
थाई और बेली फैट को कैसे रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं? हेलो.
how to reduce thigh or belly fat?
That's what I said. Your thighs, your belly and thighs are more, and your
हिंदी में, हिंदी में. You have to answer in Hindi.
ओके मैडम, ये थाइज में जो वेट गेन हो रहा है, ये हमको एक और प्रॉब्लम में लीड करता है. पीसीओडीज होते हैं, इरेगुलर पीरियड्स होना स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं, फिर आपको वहां प्रॉब्लम्स, गायनिक प्रॉब्लम्स स्टार्ट होते हैं. दैट इज बिकॉज आपकी फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज कुछ कम हो गई होगी, वॉकिंग या फिर साइकिलिंग, और
Yes.
एक डाइट में एक प्रोडक्ट जैसे कि एक ट्रांस फैट्स होता है, जैसे कि आप समोसा खाते हो घर में बना के, दो वो समोसा ठीक होता है क्योंकि आप घर में सिर्फ 4 या 10 समोसे तलते हो, बट अगर आप बाहर वाले के पास से समोसा या कचौरी लाते हो तो सेम ऑयल ही विल बी यूजिंग, बहुत से समोसा उसी तेल में तलते रहता है, तो वहां ट्रांस फैट बहुत ज्यादा होता है. तो वो वाला बैड ऑयल हमारे लिए जो अच्छा नहीं है, वो हमारी बॉडी में एक्यूमुलेट होते रहता है. तो किसी भी पार्ट में, या स्टमक में, या थाई में, या आपके हैंड्स में, कहीं भी एक्यूमुलेट होते रहता है. सो मैक्सिमम अगर आप बाहर का प्रोसेस्ड फूड अवॉइड करेंगे और रॉ वेजिटेबल्स और फ्रूट, मतलब इंस्टेड ऑफ टेकिंग योर फ्रूट जूस पीने के बदले में अगर आप फ्रूट खा लो विथ फाइबर, एप्पल की स्किन के साथ खा लो, या फिर आप एक जाम ले रहे हो तो जाम उसकी स्किन के साथ ही धो के खा लो. तो ऐसे फाइबर इंक्रीज करने से थोड़ा थोड़ा, मतलब हर 3-4 दिन में 3-4 फ्रूट्स ऐसे इंक्लूड करके ज्यादा फाइबर यूज करो, और ज्यादा आप जो वेजिटेबल्स वो भी खा रहे हो रॉ खाने की कोशिश करो, कोई प्रोसेस्ड प्रोडक्ट्स नहीं यूज करो. तो और थोड़ा एक्सरसाइज जैसे सिटअप्स, अगर आपको एथराइटिस वो नहीं है, सिटअप्स यू कैन डू, then this will definitely help you to reduce your weight over any part of your body, either it is thigh or belly.
Okay,
मैं
ma'am.
आपका क्वेश्चन आंसर कर चुकी हूँ, आपको समझ आ गया मैडम?
Yes, ma'am.
मेरा बेसिक बोलने का मतलब ये है कि बाहर का जो आप जलेबी खाते हो, जलेबी एक खा सकते हो, नहीं मैं ये नहीं बोल रही कि मत खाओ, बट क्या होता है बाहर वाला वो तेल जो यूज करता है, बार बार उसी में बनाते रहता है, वो बहुत
ma'am.
मतलब घी, आप ये बोलोगे कि ये घी में तला हुआ नहीं है, घी तो नहीं है ये, फिर कैसे मेरे को इतना वेट गेन हो रहा है? बट घी नहीं है, बट वो तेल जो बार बार गर्म हो रहा है वो बहुत खराब हो गया है, घी से भी ज्यादा आपकी.
Hello.
जी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन सर.
Hello. Am
Yes,
I
sir.
audible?
Yes sir.
Yeah. Now, madam, particularly children are more often favorite for junk food like pasta, Maggi, and spicy food.
Yes sir.
So how can we stop them from taking this junk food?
That's what I'm saying, sir. Your children are more addicted to junk food because you're trying to keep junk food in your food. उनको बचपन से तो पैदा होते ही पास्ता नहीं पता था, मैगी नहीं पता था. It's we who started giving according to our convenience. हमारे वक्त के हिसाब से, because of our timeless, we started giving them and they got addicted. अब उनको वो अच्छा लगने लगा है. तो स्टार्टिंग में हमसे तो मिस्टेक हो गई है, but how can we rectify our mistake? How can we rectify is you give them knowledge about what is good food, what is bad food, what is junk food and what is healthy food. So आप एक example, एक खेल खेलिए उनके साथ. एक टेबल make a schedule and a table, paste it on their room and say what are healthy foods you are taking, what are bad foods you are taking. Make them know that this is good food, this is bad food, and involve them in cooking. Like not much of cooking, but you say them like eggs beat kar do, wo bahut enjoy karte hain egg beat karna. Butter kar do bread ko, they enjoy. And when you are cutting and all something, you ask them to like separate small you make it one place and big, so they get involved in carrot cutting. They see cucumbers and all. When they see fruits, vegetables, they start eating that also. You make them say this is healthy and you give them points or coins. You say if you get 10 healthy foods in your day, I'll give you this, or bribe them. बस छोटे बच्चों का क्या होता है, उनको bribe करते हैं, उनको उसके लिए motivate करना चाहिए. क्योंकि processed food, spicy food, they didn't started eating. It was we who started feeding them because of our convenience, either because of lack of time or lack of energy or lack of interest or lack of mood. We started giving them this Maggie, pasta, 2 minutes. We should not mention brands also because it is live. We started giving them noodles and all. So it is our convenience. We started feeding them and they got used to, they got addicted to that and they find it tasty. Now, why don't you, when we are shifting them, a sudden shift is definitely difficult for you or me or for child. So make a healthy shift, like you just start boosting them, educate them, awareness, create awareness. Like people who started consuming this kind of noodles ended up with this kidney problems, ended up with this problems. You show them live examples, because children, they always have questioning habit. क्यों ऐसा नहीं, क्यों, क्या ऐसा करे तो क्या होता, खाए तो क्या होता. They have so many questions. They ask you, nobody died with eating this. There are so many questions. They have so much of matter in their brain. So we need to counsel them. That's it. Counseling is the only thing which can boost them to motivate and shift from unhealthy lifestyle to a healthy lifestyle. And basically all these young parents, I'm seeing this, they send chips and all in their tiffins. That's not because they are not aware about healthy food or unhealthy food, but just because child is demanding, they say we were giving. But when you make teacher to say this is unhealthy, you don't eat, all should bring healthy. Teachers, you request teacher, because students are more motivated to teacher, no, what teacher say is good. When I was also child, मैं अपने पापा को बोलती थी कि नहीं, मेरी टीचर ने कहा ये सही है. तो because टीचर का बोलना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. You go, you request to teacher that please motivate him to eat healthy foods and all. When teacher will counsel, when 10 or 20 people everywhere, everyone is counseling about good foods, good habits, definitely a child will modify.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Jaswant bhai.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
May I ask Jaswant sir?
You can ask question. Dr. Shinde Saab, you can ask question.
Yeah. Namaskar, madam.
Hello, sir.
Namaskar, madam.
बोलिए sir, बोलिए, सुन रहे हैं.
Yeah, it was a very wonderful and a very nice session, madam. Been very informative. I really like your explanation style, madam.
Thank you so much, sir.
And being a Surti, we are very fond of eating each and every item. And after hearing your PPT, then I realized that कि बहुत कुछ ज्यादा खा लिया है मैडम, सच में. तो नहीं ऐसा मैडम, प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. जस्ट बीइंग अ सुरती, जो नहीं करना चाहिए वो हमने बहुत सारा कर दिया है. इफ सुरतीज आर देयर, आई सो द सम फेसेस आर देयर, दे रियलाइज दैट तो हमें ऐसा नहीं खाना चाहिए. या दीपाली मैडम इज देयर. या दीपाली मैडम, यस और नो? या. तो सी मैडम, आई हैव वन क्वेश्चन. इज देयर एनी सजेस्टिव फूड फॉर कैंसर पेशेंट? फॉर कैंसर पेशेंट यहाँ पे मैडम सूरत में ऐसी बात चल रही है there is a mango and watermelon is very helpful against cancer. So is it true or not?
ओके, आई कम विथ द फर्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू। पहला आपने जो बोला ज्यादा खा लिया है, आई से टू ईच एंड एवरी स्टूडेंट ऑफ माइन और एवरी फैकल्टी ऑफ माइन, आपको जिंदगी एक बार मिली है तो इस जिंदगी में हर चीज खाना चाहिए। ये नहीं खाना, वो नहीं खाना, या ये छोड़ दिया तो फिर क्या किया, जिंदगी नहीं जिया। सो आई डोंट वांट टू बी अ क्लिनिकल डायटिशियन, दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव नॉट चूजन दैट प्रोफेशन। क्लिनिकल डायटिशियन नहीं बनी मैं, आई हैव बिकम अ रिसर्चर, बिकॉज मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ कि ये भी खाओ, वो भी खाओ, वो भी खाओ, सब खाओ, बिकॉज लाइफ इज ब्यूटिफुल, एंजॉय योर लाइफ विथ फूड। एंड कमिंग टू योर सेकंड क्वेश्चन, कैंसर पेशेंट को क्या खाना चाहिए? कैंसर पेशेंट्स इज कैंसर पेशेंट का डाइट बहुत केयरफुली वी हैव टू मॉनिटर कैंसर पेशेंट्स, बिकॉज ओवर न्यूट्रिशन कैन आल्सो बी डेंजरस टू देम एंड अंडर न्यूट्रिशन कैन आल्सो बी डेंजरस टू देम। सो नॉट फीडिंग देम इज आल्सो नॉट गुड। उनको नहीं कुछ नहीं देना भी बहुत नुकसानदेह है, और कुछ ज्यादा दे देना भी बहुत प्रॉब्लमैटिक है। सो फॉर दिस काइंड ऑफ पेशेंट स्पेशल केयर शुड बी टेकन। लाइक फॉर कैंसर पेशेंट, आप उनको अगर माउथ कैंसर है, उनको निगलने में और खाने में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, तो आप उनको कुछ ऐसा हेल्दी लाइक एग पुडिंग्स या फिर चाइना ग्रास टाइप ऑफ जो अंदर जाता है, जो मिल्क से बना होता है, पुडिंग्स एंड ऑल, जो उनका अंदर इजीली मिंगल हो जाता है। ये क्योंकि लंग कैंसर होता है, कोलन कैंसर होता है, ये सब उनको क्या होता है, डाइजेशन प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं। तो इस टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स जो इजीली वो निगल सकते हैं, डाइजेस्ट कर सकते हैं, लाइक पुडिंग्स, योर वॉट एवर प्रोडक्ट्स दे इजीली कैन टेक, और जूसेस जो दूध में डाल के पीते हैं जो, या फिर जूसेस लेते हैं, वो सब प्रोडक्ट्स आप दे सकते हैं, बटर मिल्क एंड एवरीथिंग। बट यू हैव टू टेक केयर दैट इट इज नॉट ओवर, इट इज इन अ क्वांटिटी। एक ग्लास अगर रागी जूस दे दिया है तो फिर वो एक ग्लास 1-1.5 घंटे के बाद ही कुछ देना चाहिए उनको। एंड अदर थर्ड क्वेश्चन ऑफ यू, आई होप आई क्लियर योर सेकंड क्वेश्चन, दैट मैनेजिंग योर डाइट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, नॉट ओवर फीडिंग, नॉट अंडर फीडिंग। लाइक 1 घंटा 2 घंटे हो गए, एक जूस दिया था फिर कुछ नहीं दिया, then that is also a problem. So you have to give a small and frequent meals, but you have to not give it in over quantity. The third question about watermelon and mangoes. कुछ गुजरात में टॉक चल रहा है कि सिर्फ वाटरमेलन या फिर मैंगो खाने से आपका कैंसर कम हो जाता है। वैसे काफी सारा रिसर्च है जो ये बताता है कि दिन में कुछ नहीं खाने से और सिर्फ ब्लैक एप्पल्स लेने से भी आपका कैंसर कम होता है। कोई रिसर्च ये भी बताता है कि आप सिर्फ ग्रेवियोला जो होता है, जिसको राम फल भी बोलते हैं, सीताफल के बराबर होता है ग्रेवियोला, बुलक्स हार्ट, दीज आर द नेम ऑफ ग्रेवियोला। सो सिर्फ ग्रेवियोला का जूस पीने से भी कैंसर सेल कम होते हैं, ऑल दिस ट्यूमरस सेल्स या मैलिग्नेंसी कम होती है। whereas this mango and this watermelon also works, क्योंकि इनका रिसर्च है। मगर आप अगर ये अपने पेशेंट के ऊपर करोगे तो ये नहीं होगा। क्यों? क्योंकि वो लोग क्या करते हैं आयुर्वेदिक इंस्टीट्यूट्स में या हर्बल इंस्टीट्यूट में, व्हेन दे आर गिविंग अ वाटरमेलन जूस, जब वो वाटरमेलन जूस ही दे रहे हैं तो वो दिन में कुछ और नहीं दे रहे हैं, सिर्फ वाटरमेलन जूस ही दे रहे हैं। तो क्या होता है, जिस तरह आप एक ही खाना खाने से बोर हो जाते हो, उसी तरह योर कैंसर सेल्स विल गेट बोर्ड ईटिंग द सेम फूड। सो एक ही फूड ज्यादा देर से उनको नहीं चलता है, तो कैंसर सेल्स मरने लगते हैं। तो उनका इफेक्टिव है। मगर आप घर में आपके पेशेंट को वाटरमेलन जूस के साथ अगर आप और पुडिंग दे दोगे, या फिर आप उसको एक बटर मिल्क दे दोगे या दूध का ग्लास दे दोगे, तो फिर ये क्या होगा, आप अपने कैंसर सेल को बढ़ा रहे हो, प्रमोट कर रहे हो, उनको वेराइटी मिलते जाएगा। तो इट डिपेंड्स, वो सेंटर्स में मॉनिटर करते हैं हर 15 मिनट, 30 मिनट, 4 मिनट में आपका ग्लूकोज लेवल मॉनिटर करते हैं। ऐसा नहीं कि आप एक ग्लास ऑफ वाटरमेलन दे दो और 1 घंटे तक छोड़ दो आपके पेशेंट को, वो ऐसे नहीं करते, वो रेगुलर चेकअप करते रहते हैं। तो व्हेन योर पेशेंट इज एट होम, अगर घर में है पेशेंट, तो दिस काइंड ऑफ डाइट्स, my personal opinion, don't work, because we cannot monitor so much, we cannot hire a nurse completely for day and night. हम डे के सेंटर ले जाते हैं, लेकर आते हैं, राइट? सो उस टाइम हम अपने पेशेंट को whatever is available at our home वो देते हैं। But when you are going for a specific mango diet or specific watermelon diet or only black grape juice or only graviola juice, please make sure that your patient is monitored, because it should not lead to hypoglycemia or overfeeding. So make sure your patient is monitored, and then you can go for this kind of diet. When your patient is at home, you don't have any clinical help or any supervision, please don't go for this kind of diets.
भावना बेंद्रे फ्रॉम વ્યારા. હા ભાવના બેન,
હા
આપનો
હા
આપનો આપનો question.
અત્યારે છોકરીઓને માટે પીરિયડ્સના પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ બહુ થાય છે, તો એમાં ખોરાક કયા પ્રકારનો લેવો જોઈએ તો એ બધી સમસ્યા થોડી ઓછી થાય. અને બીજું છે કે આંખના પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ થાય છે, એટલે રોશની માટેના નંબર્સ બધાને જલ્દી આવે છે ટીનેજની અંદર. તો એમાં આપણે કોઈ કયા પ્રકારનો ખોરાક લઈએ તો આ બધું થોડુંક ઓછું થઈ શકે. આ 2 મહિને
there are two questions from her side. Number one, वो एक था पहला कि पीरियड्स के दौरान बच्चियों को क्या 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 फूड लेने चाहिए या उनका क्या क्या कैसे नरिशमेंट होता है. नंबर सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज दैट ये आंखों का प्रॉब्लम ज्यादा रहता है, छोटे छोटे बच्चों को आजकल चश्मे आने लगते हैं, राइट? सो ये दोनों को कैसे बचाया जाए, दोनों केस
पीरियड्स अनियमित होता है,
मींस इरेगुलर पीरियड.
हाँ इरेगुलर.
पहला सवाल मैं तो हिंदी में बोलूंगी, मुझे गुजराती नहीं आती है.
हाँ हिंदी में.
हिंदी हिंदी हिंदी.
हाँ, तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ योर एडोलसेंट गर्ल्स को जो पीरियड्स आते हैं तब क्या लेना चाहिए. ये हमेशा से देखा गया है, क्योंकि हमारे एंसेस्टर्स, हमारे कल्चर में ऐसा होता है कि पीरियड्स आ गए हैं तो अंडा मत खाओ, मछली मत खाओ, दूध मत पियो, ये सब गर्म है, ये हीट देने वाले प्रोडक्ट है, पपाया मत खाओ, फ्रूट्स मत खाओ, ये सब बोला जाता है. बट ये गलत है. आपको मैं बता दूं, जितना आप अगर दूध, मच्छी, दही, ये सब गर्म चीजें लोगे, आपका पूरा ब्लड बाहर आ जाएगा. और वो क्योंकि वो ब्लड हमें काम का नहीं है, वो गंदा ब्लड है जिसे हमें बाहर लाना ही है. तो वो अगर अंदर रहेगा तो प्रॉब्लम करेगा. तो आपको अगर पीरियड है तो आप रोज दूध ले सकते हैं, रोज अंडा खा सकते हैं, कोई तकलीफ नहीं है. अगर आप उसमें मांस मच्छी इंक्लूड करोगे, आप जैसे रेगुलर दिन में डाइट लेते हो वैसी रेगुलर डाइट आप अपने पीरियड्स में कर सकते हो. वो एक जनरल नॉर्मल इश्यू है जो बहुत ही कॉमन है. आप उसको नॉर्मल लाइफ का पार्ट समझिए और अपनी जैसी नॉर्मल लाइफ गुजारते हैं वैसी ही गुजारिए. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि पीरियड्स में आप एक्सरसाइज नहीं कर सकते. यू कैन डू योर एक्सरसाइज ऑल्सो. आप जो रेगुलरली अपनी वॉकिंग या फिर जो भी अपनी एक्सरसाइज करती रहती थी वो सब कर सकती हैं. पीरियड्स आर पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ. यू आर नॉट रेस्ट्रिक्टेड टू एनीथिंग. यू कैन ईट व्हाट यू वांट, यू कैन ईट पपाया, एवरीथिंग. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन वाज, आपको आंख से कम दिखाई दे रहा है, आजकल बच्चों की नजर कमजोर हो गई है, तो उसके लिए क्या डाइट लेना चाहिए. फर्स्ट थिंग मैं ये बता देना चाहूंगी कि आजकल बच्चों की नजर कमजोर हो गई है बिकॉज माँ की डाइट भी बहुत कमजोर हो गई है. जब आप प्रेग्नेंट होते हो, आप देख रहे हो बहुत से बच्चों को 1 साल 2 साल में ही ऐनक लग जाती है, क्योंकि मदर का बहुत कम हो जाता है. और आपके दूध का एक हिस्सा है कि आपका दूध तो उसमें कम विटामिन ए में कम रहता है. आपके दूध में तो विटामिन कम रहता है, क्योंकि 6-7 महीने तो माँ सिर्फ दूध पिलाती है. तो आप अगर माँ को अच्छे से पोषण दोगे जब वो प्रेग्नेंट होगी, जैसे कि उसकी डाइट में अच्छा सा बीटा कैरोटीन, क्योंकि ये माना जाता है कि प्रेगनेंसी में भी पपाया नहीं खाना चाहिए, कैरेट्स ज्यादा मोशंस देंगे, आपको डायरिया हो जाएगा. तो इस वजह से हम बहुत सी अच्छी जो प्रोडक्ट्स है, जो रिच न्यूट्रिशियस प्रोजेक्ट है, वो माँ को नहीं देते हैं. उस वजह से बच्चों की आंखों पे सबसे पहले इफेक्ट हो रहा है. तो आप अपनी जब बच्ची प्रेग्नेंट होगी तब उसको ये सब अच्छे से दीजिए. 1 कटोरी पपाया खाने से कोई परेशानी नहीं होती है. हाँ, अगर पूरा पपाया खा लेगी, आधा पपाया खा लेगी तब हीट आएगा. मगर अगर एक छोटा कटोरी बना लीजिए, हर चीज जो आप खा रहे हो, या अंगूर हो या फिर आपके सपोटे हो या सेब हो, कुछ भी, एक कटोरी घर में रख लीजिए. बस वो कटोरी का माप लीजिए, क्योंकि आपके पास तो मेजरिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स नहीं होते घर में. तो बस 1 कटोरी अगर पपाई खाएगी और कैरेट खाएगी, अल्टरनेट डेज दीजिए. एक दिन खाए, एक दिन ना खाए, फिर एक दिन खाए, इस तरह. तो अगर माँ की डाइट अच्छी होगी तो फिर बच्चे को आंख की प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी. दूसरी बात, जब बच्चा पैदा हो जाएगा उसके 6 महीने तक तो वो माँ के दूध में रहेगा. पर जब 6 महीने से आप डाइट बना रहे हो, उसकी कुछ एक्स्ट्रा दे रहे हो, तो आप शुरुआत में ही उसको उसके खाने में, या तो कैरेट तो वो निगल नहीं पाएगा 6-7 महीने का बच्चा, तो कैरेट जूस उसके कुछ सेरेलैक में मिला के देते जाइए. पपाया का जूस 2 चमचे बना के उसके सेरेलैक में देते जाइए. यहाँ से उसको क्या होगा, विटामिन ए रिच फूड्स लेने की आदत होगी. अगर वो नॉन वेजिटेरियन है तो फिर नॉन वेज आइटम्स भी इंक्लूड करते जाइए। तो इस तरह क्या होगा कि बच्चे को भी विटामिन ए ज्यादा मिलेगा। और आंख की प्रॉब्लम सिर्फ डाइट से भी नहीं होती है, वो आजकल ज्यादा स्क्रीन पे रहने से भी बच्चे, या फिर मोबाइल में या गैजेट्स में, उसकी वजह से भी ज्यादा हो सकता है। तो वो आप थोड़ा मिनिमाइज करिए, और इसका एक टाइम बना दीजिए कि ये टाइम से ये टाइम तक है, क्योंकि कोई चीज को आप अगर मना करोगे तो लोग वो बहुत करेंगे। तो आप उसको एक लिमिट कर दो कि भाई आप मैंने ना देखने के लिए नहीं बोला, बट 1 घंटा देखने के लिए बोला, या इसका। तो उस तरह से आंख को थोड़ा रेस्ट दीजिए। और जहां तक बात है अगर खीरा या फिर कुछ और ठंडा वाला आइटम, जैसे कि इवन पानी में रुई भिगा के अगर आप बच्चे को आंख के ऊपर रखते जाओगे, थोड़ा उसको आई रेस्ट मिलेगा, तो वो प्रॉब्लम दूर हो जाएगी। जहां तक बात डाइट की है, आप विटामिन ए रिच फूड्स यूज कर सकते हो, जिसमें आपके ग्रीन लीफी वेजिटेबल्स, कैरेट्स, जिसमें बहुत कम हो जाएगा, वो नॉन वेज आइटम्स में ज्यादा होता है। तो वो सब इंक्लूड करने से आप अपने बच्चे की आंख या विटामिन ए, रेटिना सब मेंटेन कर पाओगे।
Yes.
हेलो
Please.
हेलो मैम।
यस मैम।
हाँ मैम, हमारे यहाँ 7 बजे को शाम को डिनर हो जाता है।
जी
तो फिर रात को जब भूख लगे तो चना या पीनट्स या कोई जूस क्या लेना चाहिए?
जी आपका शेड्यूल अगर 7 बजे खत्म हो जाता है और आपको सोना 11-12 बजे तक होता है, तो बीच में डेफिनेटली आपको भूख लगती है, ये नॉर्मल बात है। पर इस भूख को आप अगर कंट्रोल नहीं कर पा रहे हो, तो आप कट वेजिटेबल जैसे कि टमाटर कट कर लो, उसमें खीरा ऐड कर लो, या फिर प्याज ऐड कर लो। इसको मतलब थोड़ा सा नमक और काली मिर्च और नींबू का तड़का लगा दो, और ये एक सैलेड टाइप यूज कर लो। या किसी एक दिन आप सिर्फ उसको बीटरूट कट कर लो, या उस कैरेट कट कर लो, जो भी आपके पास अवेलेबल हो रॉ वेजिटेबल्स और फ्रूट्स, वो आप यूज कर सकते हैं, फ्रूट्स या वेजिटेबल्स। ज्यादातर कोशिश करिए कि इस टाइम पे आप कोई प्रोसेस जैसे कि बेकरी का केक, बिस्किट बना हुआ, या फिर बना हुआ बाहर का आइटम, जैसे कि बाहर से आया हुआ लस्सी, बाहर से बना हुआ आइसक्रीम, ये सब चीजें ना खाएं। अगर आपने घर में कुछ बनाया है, फ्रूट जूस या फिर दूध का कुछ बनाया है प्रोडक्ट घर का जो है, अगर दूध भी पियेंगे नॉर्मली 1 ग्लास ठंडा दूध, तो भी ठीक है। जैसा कि आपने बोला आप चना लेती हो, तो कच्चा भिगा हुआ चना लेती हो, पर वो चना लेकर अगर आप थोड़ी देर बाद सो जाओगे तो फिर एसिडिटी प्रॉब्लम स्टार्ट हो जाएगी सुबह, और आपको थोड़ा इंडाइजेशन फीलिंग आएगा, तो वो कुछ डकार देंगे, खट्टे प्रॉब्लम होगा। तो ये चना अगर आप 5-6 बजे ले लो, और 5-6 बजे जो लेते हो लाइट स्नैक्स, जैसे कि सिर्फ मुरमुरे होते हैं, व्हाइट मुरमुरे चावल के, वो थोड़ा 1 कटोरी, और उसके बाद 1 ग्लास दूध, या फिर 1 ग्लास नींबू का शरबत, ऐसा कुछ रात में ले सकती हो। तो अपना डाइट इस तरह मॉडिफाई करिए।
और राइस सुबह लेना चाहिए या डिनर के टाइम लेना चाहिए?
मैंने बताया तो है ना मैडम कि आप सुबह लो शाम लो, ये आपकी कन्वीनियंट पे है। आप कितना खा रहे हो मेरे लिए वो इम्पोर्टेंट है, किस वक्त खा रहे हो, कैसे शेयर कर रहे हो, वो आप क्योंकि मैं अगर बोलूंगी मैं साउथ इंडियन हूँ, हमारे यहाँ चावल खाते हैं, अगर मैं बोलूंगी चावल ले लो, तो फिर आपके लिए आप नॉर्थ इंडियन हो सकती है जो पराठा लेने वाले होंगे, तो आपको पसंद नहीं आएगा। इसीलिए आप अपना फूड चॉइसेस देखिए। अगर आपको 2 पराठा जितना एनर्जी दे रहा है, उतनी ही एनर्जी आपको 1 चावल का कटोरा दे रहा है, उतनी ही एनर्जी आपको 2 जवारी की रोटी भी दे रही है। मगर लोग क्यों जवारी और मिलेट के ऊपर ज्यादा बोल रहे हैं? क्योंकि उसमें फाइबर है जो आपके चावल और आटे में कम है। तो अगर आप चावल या आटा रोटी ले रही हो, तो उसके साथ कुछ ज्यादा फ्रूट्स वेजिटेबल्स या ज्यादा सैलड ले लोगी जिसमें फाइबर होगा, तो आपकी डाइट बराबर जवारी की रोटी खाने के बराबर हो जाएगी। मगर जहां तक एनर्जी की बात है, एनर्जी आपको रोटी भी दे रही है उतनी ही। अगर 400 दे रही है रोटी, तो चावल भी 400 दे रहा है, और जवारी भी 400 दे रही है। बट द ओनली थिंग डिफरेंस इज आपका प्रोटीन और आपका फाइबर। तो आप अगर ये बैलेंस कर पाओ, अब मतलब ये बहुत एक खेल, मेरे लिए तो फूड एक खेल है। जैसे कि सुबह अगर मैंने रोटी खा ली है 2, तो मैं बोलूंगी कि मेरा 400 कैलोरी आ गया, मैं दिमाग में सोच लूंगी। हर बार आप लिख के कैलकुलेट नहीं कर पाते, बट दिमाग में सोच लो कि आपने 2 रोटी खा लिया है, वो भी देसी घी के साथ, क्योंकि आज बना था आलू पराठा, वो तो खाना है, छोड़ नहीं सकते आलू पराठा। तो आलू पराठा खा लिया, अब उससे ज्यादा एनर्जी मिल गई है, तो फिर आप अपना लंच में सैलेड ज्यादा कर लो और चावल कम कर दो। और आपका डिनर भी थोड़ा कम कर दो, क्योंकि आज कुछ ज्यादा खाया है तो फिर दूसरी जगह कमी कर दो, अगर वो आपको बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। जैसे कि कभी कभी बनता है हमारे घर में खीर मीठा कुछ बन जाता है त्योहार टाइम पे, तो हम वो खा लेते हैं, चावल की खीर बना दिया, कुछ बना दिया, तो उसको कहीं और कम कर दो, या फिर एक्सरसाइज थोड़ी इंक्रीज कर दो। इस तरह आप अपना डाइट के साथ खेल सकते हो, हर चीज खा सकते हो और हर चीज एंजॉय कर सकते हो।
थैंक यू मैम।
वेलकम।
यस, इज देयर एनी क्वेश्चन? दूसरा कोई क्वेश्चन? एक क्वेश्चन था चैट बॉक्स में, स्ट्रोक के पेशेंट के लिए क्या करना चाहिए, क्या खिलाना चाहिए? स्ट्रोक
आई डिडंट गेट व्हाट इज इट।
स्ट्रोक जिसको आया है, जिसको हार्ट अटैक या स्ट्रोक आया है।
यस, जिसको हार्ट अटैक आया है।
No,
Is it English?
kindly tell in. Yes. The participant is from South India.
Yes, if somebody is suffering from cardiac problems or some heart diseases, the first and foremost thing we talk about is unhealthy fats. Unhealthy fats are all your hydrogenated fats, and what I was telling about all your jalebi frying and your samosa frying, this kind of oils are not good, but some oils are very good, that is olive oil, and you can even include soybean oil, coconut oil if you can afford. This kind of good fats are also there, but kindly avoid the processed vegetable oils also. People have this impression that this is not from fat source, this is vegetarian source, so it will be cholesterol free. And this type of advertisements are also given, like, so this kind of, I don't want to mention the brands, but they will say that this is cholesterol free, but when it is oil, it comes from plant source only, so sare tel is cholesterol free only. Just advertisementally they will say this oil is cholesterol free, that oil is cholesterol free, good for heart, but all oils are same, because oil is definitely giving you 9 calories, it is all made up of same things, but the only thing matters is how much you take, also at what time you take. So timings you have to manage. You can take olive oil, you can take good oils in a quantity, restricted quantities. One best thing a heart patient can take is including lots of tomatoes, lycopene, which will help you reduce your bad fats and all, and it is rich in antioxidants. It will give you a lycopene also. And when you are going for a surgery, some surgery like bypass and all, that time you have to avoid greens, because it is rich in vitamin K, which will lead to blood clotting. But when once if your surgery is done and you can you're out of that, you can take your greens also. So dal with greens and all, lots of green vegetables, and your diet rich in fiber, fruits, kind of breathing exercises, walking exercises will definitely help you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Now I would like to request Dr. Parmar to provide word of thanks.
Dr. Afifa Jahan, can I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Scientist Professor Jaisankar, Telangana State Agriculture University, Hyderabad. And you talk, madam, on the role of nutrition in every walk of life. You start with diet and end with healthy food and healthy habits of. And we also talk about the different group of age and what food will be convenient for them. You also talk the children's food, also take the age of 20, 40, 60, and foods for all. And also talk the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which types of food you should have in your lunch, in your dinner. So, madam, really make our Sunday very fruitful, useful, and wonderful.
Thank you.
You also, yeah, nutrition is more. You also talk on the immunity, the carbohydrate, all the calorie, protein. You also talk the vitamin. So thank you very much, madam, and giving us a time and give a more wonderful lecture. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure is mine. Thank
Thank
you
you all.
everybody.
Yeah, I thank you all for making this
Jaswant
Super
sir.
Sunday.
Jaswant sir.
Yes,
we
sir.
have Principal Dr. Bhaskar Rawal sir, former Pro-Vice Chancellor of our Vinnarmad South Gujarat University, Dr. Hitendra Singh Kharvasia, and other all the participants with us. So thank you very much joining with us. Thank you.
Thank you. We have all, sir, all the associate professors and pro vice chancellor is with us, and it was a nice session. I told you that it was quite nutritious session with very fruitful outputs. Thank you
Thank
very much.
you.
Thank
Thank
you all.
you.
It is really a super Sunday. We have enlightened that Sunday. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
organizers. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.